Hey there, everyone. All right, so we are going to be talking about Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, absolutely free. This is album number 2 in the Frank Zappa catalog. So, going by the official Frank Zappa numbering, this is album 2. I have held off on talking about this album for a long time because Frank Zappa fans are rabid for starters, man. So it's hard to do a Frank Zappa review without getting some extreme pushback, which is okay. I don't mind. So when it happens with this one, it's okay. Absolutely free, though. Before I get into the track list and everything, I'm going to explain. I basically don't like this album. Most of this album is just to me. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get into the track listing really fast here, if I can. Let me see if they've got a large print. I think they got a large print down inside. This works fine on a 12, 13-inch vinyl jacket. Works horrible on here. I remember when I bought this album the first time, I even thought the same thing. I was just like, what the fuck? That is horrible. All right. So we got the album's up with Plastic People. And I've heard it redone afterwards, and it's a song that just doesn't work. Okay. Right, move on. Then you got Duke of Prunes. Amnesia Vivace, I think that is. I'm not sure how to say that one, sorry. The Duke regains his chops. Call any vegetable. Indoctrination and Ritual Dance of the Young Pumpkin. I actually like that. I think it's probably the best song on the entire album, completely instrumental, but it's actually like a full, proper, feels like a properly composed tune. Really good tune. Soft Cell Conclusion, Big Leg Emma, Why Don't You Do Me Right? Why Don't You Do Me Right is okay-ish. Motowny kind of vibe to that one. Then you flip over to side 2. You got America Drinks, Status Back Baby, Uncle Bernie's Farm, Son of Susie Cream Cheese, Brown Shoes Don't Make It, America Drinks and Goes Home. Okay. So basically, to me, this album sounds like something that was thrown together by a bunch of dumb teenagers, either down in the basement of the house. Well, they're in California, so less likely to be in the basement of the house, more likely to be like up on the attic, the unfinished attic, or the half floor bedroom attic or something like that. I'm actually talking about my life here, but we'll get to that. But it sounds like a bunch of teenagers screwing around, learning how to use recording equipment. Not that they've learned how to use it, that they're still learning how to use it. And not even quality recording equipment. I really would like to know what this actually was recorded on, because the quality on it is freaking atrocious. Now, this here, which I had to go pull out of storage for doing this review, this is my Tascam 4-track cassette recorder. I can do 2 tracks simultaneously on this. And I bought this for working on demos on, trying some comedy album stuff on that. But I bought this later on, and this was actually the second one I had ever worked on. The first one I had worked on was my buddy Matt's Foztex 4-track recorder. But his 4-track recorder was a proper 4-track recorder. And if he manipulated it right, he could actually get it to do up to 8 tracks, which was really cool. The sound quality I get out of this, and the sound quality my buddy Matt was able to get out of his Fostex, infinitely better than what you get out of this. I mean, infinitely better. And keep in mind, this is a cassette recorder. It's not even like it's a reel-to-reel doing it. You know, like, these aren't big master tapes. These are cassette tapes where you lose all your low end and shit like that. So I wonder if this was done on cassette tape, really. But it sounds like a bunch of guys screwing around, doing a bunch of inside jokes and whatnot that really, you know, some people are going to get and most people aren't. You know, I always joke around about one day I'm going to get the one comedy tape we completed and I'm going to master it down and digitize it. And now that I've got my recorder out, I might actually get around to finally doing it. But that when we played on it and we put the music on, a lot of the times it would be either just an acoustic or maybe a couple acoustics, or we'd be going for the most horrible sound on purpose. But the lyrics on our stuff would be juvenile. It sounds like this album is really, they're trying to be smart and witty, but it really just falls dead and flat. And, you know, I've tried. I've really tried. I've had this album actually for quite a few years. I bought this. I know I bought this one before I got divorced. And it actually, after I bought this one, it took a while again before I bought another Frank Zappa album because it kind of just went, ugh. So yeah, that's really where I am with this album. It doesn't do the thing for me that you would hope it would. And I personally wouldn't recommend this album. It's absolutely free, and that's what it should be. It should be absolutely free for people. If you want to get it absolutely free, you go get it absolutely free. But I personally wouldn't pay for it ever again. All right, folks. I end this one here. If you're one of those crazy Zappa fans, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's what the comment section's for. I hope I explained myself well enough. If you hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please do. There's a couple links worth checking out. Otherwise, peace, love, take care.